We're gonna get real. So guys, everyone, this is my mixed hair on a regular basis. And this is how I'm gonna wear my hair in this video. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be talking about what it's like to be a mixed girl in this world. Shout out to all the mixed people watching. We've created our own little community of mixed people, of so many different types of mixes. Like, man, there's so many cool mixes out there. I am half white Canadian, and half Jamaican. Born and raised in Canada. I've actually never been to Jamaica. Hopefully that will change. But I've grown up Canadian my whole life, basically. Growing up as a mixed person, you hear a lot of interesting questions, and you're just like, what are you? Where are you from? But why are you so light? This is the question that I get because I'm probably one of the light-skinned mixed people out there. Steph Curry, you know. Do you take to your white side or do you take to your black side? Which one would you identify with? That question is kind of where I want to begin this whole thing, because as a mixed person, you don't really identify with one or the other. You identify with both. I am white and I am black. There is an in-between, and it's called being mixed. So, story time. I didn't really know what to call myself as a kid growing up, so I came up with a couple of interesting identities. You know, when you're a kid, you're really visual, right? So I used to really look at the color of my skin and I'm like, I am not white. I'm not brown. I'm not black. What am I? I'm this in between. I'm beige. This is literally what I used to call myself because I was beige. Like, that's just what made sense. I've gotten a couple of really interesting guesses because really I'm like this question mark of like, what are you? So I've gotten Spanish, I've gotten Colombian, Brazilian, then I've gone overseas and I've actually gotten Lebanese, Egyptian. I get Arab a lot. But I think the number one guess, which makes no sense, but maybe people from this country will let me know if this is a thing. I got Indian before. Like, are you Indian? From an Indian person. And I was like, no. You know, when you're growing up, there's not really a lot of other people that look like you when you're mixed. When I was a kid, there wasn't a lot of people that looked like me. So like watching TV shows or even watching like Disney, Sleeping Beauty was my favorite movie, Cinderella, and they're all blonde and like blue eyes, and I was just like, wow, it must be so great to be blonde. I'm grateful that I have other cousins that are of the same complexion and, you know, breakdown as I am, because they were the only other people that I knew that looked like I did. Only other people that were beige. And I remember like watching, like, my favorite show was Teen Titans, and I'm like, who would I be in the show? Am I Raven or am I Star? Because Star is beige and she has green eyes. She has red hair. Maybe that doesn't work. My favorite like celebrity that I used to look up to was Mariah Carey because she was mixed and there was like no one else. I used to love Leona Lewis. She was mixed, singer, loved her. So I think as an overall identity, it was just difficult to kind of navigate because you're like, there's literally no one else that looks like me, so I gotta figure out who I am. And you know what? Luckily, I made it through that period of confusion because there was a time, you know? And now I'm just who I am today and I embrace both sides. Love Hilary Duff, love Beyonce. I love Hillsong and Bethel music. Love Miranda Curtis, Travis Green, Kirk, Mary. I just have it all. You should see my phone. Like, my playlist is pretty much every genre, every person that you could think of. Like, I pretty much like all of them. But what I found really interesting as I got older was that as much as I found a middle ground in it, no one else could really see that middle ground if they weren't mixed. So for example, I realized that black people think that I'm white. Like, I'm just white. I'm not black, I'm white. White people think that I'm black. I'm just like, guys, there's a middle. Like, there's a middle of that's where I live. That's where I dwell. And you know, of course, my hair. All I wanted as a kid was I wanted my hair to be straight. I was done with curls. I hated them. I never brushed them. I hated washing my hair. I hated getting my hair combed. Hated it. I just hated my hair. Now I've embraced it. Now it actually works with me. Minus today. That was probably the hardest thing because your hair is the most noticeable part. And if it's big or if it's whatever, people notice it and kids comment on it and people put stuff in it. And it's like, put a pencil, like, can you feel that? I'm just like, yes. To any mixed person, it's a blessing. What you are is a blessing. God made you who you are because that's who you are and that's who you designed to be. And I feel like as a mixed person, being in that in-between, I'm able to have a lot of really interesting conversations with white people about racism about Black people. I can have those difficult conversations with them where it's like, well, you shouldn't say that, or you should say this, or this is what that means, and blah, blah, blah. The term mulatto, which is another term for mix, is actually a slave term. And the way that I would have been treated in those times, or even not that long ago in early 1900s, I would have been way more of an outcast. And if anything, you are literally looked at as a sin. I have experienced, you know, some racist things of literally because people didn't know what I was or didn't understand what I was when I was a child. I remember kids not wanting to play with me because they didn't know what I was. And here I am just like, I'm like you guys. My mom looks like you. My dad looks like you. Why don't you guys see me as the same as you guys? So having that kind of mindset and just having that background, I still find it really important to speak on, you know, racial issues. And, you know, I think about the fact that I'm married to someone who's fully African. My kids are not going to look like me. My kids are not going to look mixed. They're going to be considered Black when really they're mixed. Race is this really interesting concept. And at the end of the day, I'm human. That's my race. I'm a human race. I could say I'm mixed race. The proper term is really biracial, but I'm a human. Again, as always, I thank God for helping me to find my identity in Him, not in man, not in this world of what a mixed person is supposed to be. And I feel like He made me this way to be relatable, to be able to reach out to a lot of different people. Oh, another thing I got before was Native. That was new. Someone asked me if I was Native. This is just to give you a glimpse of the mixed world and the things that we deal with, the conversations that we have. I mean, things not to say to a mixed person aggressively is, what are you? Definitely don't use the term mulatto. Don't play with our hair. We don't like our hair touched that much. I mean, I'll do it every now and then if it feels soft. I'll be like, guys, feel it. But we're not this exotic toy or like thing that you can just like look at and show off. And you know, everyone, oh, I want a mixed baby. Oh, I want mixed kids. I hear this all the time. And it's like, okay, yeah, but there's something that comes with that. There's a whole other identity that comes with that. And you have to be able to lead your kids through that. You know, if you grow up with one thing in your mind, you're like, this is what the expectations are. But when you grow up as two things, you're like, I have two separate expectations. There's a show on TV called Mixed-ish. What? That's amazing. I wish I had that show when I was a kid. I'm literally gonna watch it. I don't know if it's a kid show, but I'm watching it. Anyways, anyone that's doing mixed hair, Mixed Kids is a great brand. Definitely good for kids. Diva Curl, Cantu, Shea Moisture is pretty good. Rock those curls, make them work for you. You don't have to straighten it all the time. Make your curls work. And that's really just my rant about being mixed. So I hope you like this video. If you want more videos like this, comment, like, subscribe. So many cool things coming out, guys. I have so many cool vlogs and things like that. If you haven't watched them already, go ahead and watch them. Go take a look through my channel. Go look.